Hornick is present today with his counsel, Dan Getty. The state is represented by Brian Goodyear. We are here for sentencing. Is there a statement from the state of Ohio?
Yes, Judge. As you know, Mr. Hornick at least has to serve 120 days in jail on this case because it is a high-tier offense. I would argue, Judge, that what should happen is that rather than serving the minimum 120 days, that Mr. Hornick should serve a term in prison. And the reason for that is that, number one, he was on active probation for an OVI when he did this. Obviously been a consistent history with him since 2017. He has a conviction of OVI 2017, 2019. So he was still on probation for the 2022 case when this happened. And so he's had multiple opportunities to try and get some type of help for the problem he has. If I remember looking at the PSI, he says he considers his drinking problem, I think he gave it a 2, so minimal or slight, although he indicated he drinks 12 to 15 beers each day. So I think he, despite having obviously many interventions regarding his alcohol use, it has not impacted his viewpoint of himself or his behavior. And then in addition to that, Judge, I would point out that we're not talking about a speculative danger that he causes to the public. In this case, he ran a red light and 2 cars struck him as a result. And it is just by sheer luck that he was pulling a trailer. They hit the trailer he was pulling and did not injure him or themselves. But there was a motor vehicle accident that occurred because he was too drunk to stop for a stoplight. So we're not even talking again about some speculation about he is a danger. He could have easily killed people that day. So from the state's perspective, someone that is in this situation still clearly doesn't comprehend the situation that he faces and creates this risk. The only real answer is a prison sentence. So we would ask the judge that you sentence him to prison.
Mr. Getty, anything on behalf of Mr. Hornick?
I would just argue that the 120 days, he's done 67 now. He's going to end up doing 120 no matter what. Yeah, he's had opportunity. I think this court is well aware with alcoholism. It's a reoccurring thing until you finally fix it. He's been punished in this case. I think the purposes and principles of sentencing would indicate that you should sentence him to punish him and not to over-punish him, but then to rehabilitate him. You have all the power to rehabilitate him with the 120-day sentence. The 120 days is quite a long time. He's never served that amount of time in jail on his OVI offenses, nor been punished in this manner. So we'd ask the court for the minimum mandatory sentences on this, Your Honor. Mr. Hornick may have something to say.
If I may.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. I don't understand what the number 2 was on that. I full in credit. You'll see my grading that I don't understand that my saying that alcohol is only a number 2 problem out of whatever. I don't recall that. So I must have misread it. I take full responsibility for I need recovery. So let's just get on. I just wanted to say, Your Honor, thank you for allowing me to speak. I know time is of the essence, so I'll roll through this.
Well, wait just a moment, because don't rush her through this for a couple of reasons. One is she's got to take this down.
I'm just
nervous.
Scared.
Yeah, but just be as calm as you can and go through it slowly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel devastated, broken, and crushed. I am terribly remorseful for the breaking of trust and hearts I've caused of the people closest to me. On top of this, I've caused a promising upstart business to fail in my absence. As for my experience to date in jail, it has been the most unraveling, frightening time of my life. I have seen what a life of lost hope looks like. Fights, threats, nonstop yelling. It's like Lord of the Rings. The number of people have holds and who are coming from other places, it befuddles me. It has been jackhammered into my head, into my soul, that God did not make me to follow this path. I found what little hope I had left in myself and surrendered myself to Christ. This time on my knees in misery, as opposed to the first time in total joy. I set my jaw towards regaining my relevance, usefulness, and trust in this life, especially with my 5 absolutely fantastic children. And that's one baby mama. Number 2, I voluntarily checked myself into a full recovery program at Woodhaven for the full program. In the past, I have completed partial programs, insurance usually being a factor there. We're talking months of rehab, not weeks as before. 3, I have home groups in AA and Celebrate Recovery, which is wonderful. I have a sponsor in one and a mentor in the other, and another gentleman here from AA who's from the jail AA group. Well, thank you for both gentlemen for being here. 4, I began a daily prayer and Bible reading schedule. That is, my alone time for introspection. 5, I have finally forgiven my ex-wife for what she has done to me for 30 years. This is absolutely crucial to my recovery. 6, or just 7, I consulted with my doctor. We're working through some anxiety problems that I have anyway, which was part of my drinking problem, and the other was my wife. That was the Delaware one.
7/28/17. This is 12/26/19 for Delaware, the day after Christmas.
I'm confused about that one.
He's just trying to determine if you 5 OVIs. It sounds to me like you just don't remember some of them.
I would think I would, but
Okay, let's.
I don't want to contest you.
I'm just
No.
trying to make sure I've got the right
What he's trying
information.
to do is make sure he knows the right stuff, so he's not charging you or sentencing you to something that you don't
I
have.
recalled coming into here, I was told by the court, I guess, whoever, representative of the law, that I had 4, and so I've been having. I'm not thinking about how many. I'm not thinking about the other that. I haven't been thinking about that. So I've had 4 in my mind. That's a lame excuse, but I just don't remember.
Priors, 4 priors before this one. This is the 5th one, right? That's what I'm trying to establish.
It sounds so.
Okay. Now, I want to read something from the statute. What is necessary to fulfill the purposes and principles of sentencing? One thing I have to consider is just punishment, deterrence, and the big one, protection of the public. That's what sentencing is all about. And I don't want to say you talk a good game, because that's not an appropriate word, and I know you're serious. But you're pretty good at reading, studying this, but you haven't been very good at putting it into action, that your sobriety. That's it. I believe you and I can agree on that, right?
It's been a challenge given the life events that precipitated it. But those have been laid to rest.
Okay.
The big one.
There's a lot to say about denial. I noticed you said, I forgive my wife. Well, this is about you. Your wife had nothing to do with this OVI. You're saying, well, that she's been a part of my problems in the past, but she might disagree with that. I don't know. But this is about you here today and your sobriety.
Okay.
Okay. And I don't know how I could look at anyone and explain why you didn't go to prison if you got out and number 6 killed somebody. That's my issue here. That's why I'm finding that you're not amenable to community control, and that a prison sentence is necessary to fulfill the purposes and principles of sentencing, including punishment, deterrence, and protection of the public. Probation would not adequately punish in this case, and it would seriously demean what happened in this case. Therefore, I order you to serve a term of 12 months on count 1, and on count 2, 90 days. These two are to run concurrent with each other. Your driver's license suspension. Okay, Okay, your driver's license suspension is 5 years.
Judge-
Fine, right?
Yes, he has a $1,350 mandatory fine.
Okay, so that's imposed, $1,350 fine. Mr. Getty?
I just want to make sure, or ask the court that they'll keep the option if we file for judicial release, that they'll at least give us that option and not have a closed mind in the state as well.
That's an option he has.
I know, I'm just throwing it out there, Judge.
Okay. Sir, you have a right to appeal this sentence. You have 30 days from today to file a notice of appeal. If you cannot afford an attorney will be appointed to represent you. Any document you need will be provided at no cost. Okay, that's all.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes.
We'll talk.